Hey everyone, welcome to the 10 Hit Combo Show. Joining me today is Trevor and Jake. I'm Mike, of course, and our guest today is Chantel. How are you guys doing?
Let's see. I got sick, so I stayed home and tried to finish Metal Gear Solid for the first time, and that failed. So I started playing Battlefield 3 on the PS3.
What's that like on the PS3?
It's okay. It's low beta. That's all I have to say.
Because I've been playing it for the past week on the PC and it's pretty good.
It's definitely glitchy, but beta. The controls are pretty good. I don't like how you can't customize them fully because that's just an irritation for any console game, not just specifically this one. But that's a moot point, and that's pretty much all I've been playing.
What about, what about you, Mike?
I've just been sticking with my TF2, Modern Warfare 2, and I've been playing a lot of Battlefield. That's what's been taking the most hours of my free time.
What do you think of the beta so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying Battlefield. It seems like a really great game, so I'm pretty glad I pre-ordered it when I was actually expecting not to buy it at all.
But it's too easy.
Yeah, basically. The beta map has too many points of advantage they can easily hold.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that that isn't the finalized version of the map, and if it is, I'm hoping that I never play it ever after launch.
I wish they made the first area a lot more interesting. I like the subway and the cafe area. I just don't like the first area.
Yeah, the first area defense has too much of an easy time since offense basically needs to come uphill toward the defense that easily can hide in all the shrubs and such.
Yeah, I mean, I played a good 3 hours, and about like half the matches ended with the defense winning at the first point.
Yeah, I played a lot of defense win. It might be a balance issue. It also, I think it's a player base issue because the quality of players, I mean, it's just a beta. It's going to be all over the map, you know?
Why are there people who already have like level 45 shit?
I don't know.
We've been playing nonstop.
I've seen people that are claiming to have like stat hacked and stuff. So
I guess because like I was playing for like 4 hours and I just unlocked the defibrillator for the assault rifle.
see, I haven't even unlocked that yet. That's funny.
Exactly. I do. That's actually one thing I do like is that they combine the the assault class and the medic class because like I think it was Bad Company 1. There's like 6 classes. There was your assault class, whatever, and your medic and your other stuff like that. And then they sort of combined the recon and the engineer. The S and G guy and the engineer. They sort of combined that together, just make the engineer. And then they took the assault guy and the medic guy and just combined that together. I like that.
Really, it's taking you guys that long to level up? I basically got the defibrillator within maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, but you're too easy. So
It's too good. It's too easy for you.
it's your
Everybody
lag
die when I
advantage.
see them. But I'm playing on the. Just because I live in Hawaii doesn't mean I'm lagging that
That's
badly when I'm playing
that's really what it
California.
is. Yeah, it's your lag advantage.
Yeah. What about you, Akbar? What have you been playing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. So what have you been playing?
Good. Well, like last week, it's mainly just been StarCraft 2. I have a problem, and I'm probably gonna start talking to someone about it, but I can't stop.
Are you diamond yet?
Uh, I've been in Masters since you were a baby, so
So that's a yes.
there. No, actually, I'm not. I don't know if you know this, but there's a collection of retards on Earth, and all of them were given StarCraft 2, and then all of us smart people, so me and maybe like 2 others, got a hold of StarCraft 2, and now I just deal with retards all day long. That's about it.
You should play Halo.
Fuck Halo.
I like Halo. I do.
I like Halo too. I even did like a fan video once for a mouse and keyboard interface device for the 360 where I played Halo nonstop.
Actually, I like running like Halo parties or whatever. It's just console LAN parties essentially. I love running.
On your 12-inch TVs?
No, I don't have 12 TV. I have a fucking 60-inch HD television And then
That's not what you were playing on.
I was playing on my 22-inch, yes, but that's because the bigger TVs are too fucking heavy to haul down the stairs.
You're not
Jeez.
trying hard enough.
Dude,
Jeez.
we weigh like literally 150 pounds.
First world
But
problem.
you're 6'6".
8 inches, 6 foot 12,
6 feet.
Yeah,
Does that make
yeah,
it 12
6.
feet?
6 foot
Oh
17.
my god.
I'm 6'7", okay? But just because I'm 6'7" doesn't mean I can carry a 35-inch TV downstairs by myself.
That is what that means. Yes.
I'm fucking weak, man. Just because I'm tall doesn't mean I'm strong. Fucking weak.
Mike, are you tall and strong?
I'm tall and I would say I'm fit.
He's tall and Asian.
You know who's tall and
I
strong?
do plenty of exercise.
You know who's tall and strong?
Who?
Sony. Sony is exerting their strength over all future used game buyers with their online passes. Have you guys seen this?
Fucking bullshit.
Thank you, Volti. I think we are aware of your feelings on used games. No, what's going to happen is Sony says, hey, we really like you buying our games, and if you want to play a used game online, we're really going to appreciate you buying our game again, or at least an online pass. An online pass is a one-time use. It's going to come. It's like going to be how games used to be back in the day with CD keys, and this is going to be for consoles. And you enter the pass, it registers, and you can play the game online. If you sell the game used, that pass is already used up. Somebody's going to have to buy a new one or acquire it via different means. Kind of interesting way to. I don't know if it's they're really trying to drive sales or just cannibalize the used game market or what's going on, but. I don't know. I don't know how smart it's going to be.
It's not an incentive for anybody except for Sony. It's literally just to say, hey, GameStop, hey, used gamer, fuck you. Here's your fucking online pass. Go spend $10 to go to play my shitty multiplayer mode.
You're so upset. It's really only a scheme that is available to console gamers. Like PC gamers, Mike and I can't trade copies of our video games, so I'm not sure why. From a PC games perspective, I'm not sure why people are up in arms about it. Really, I don't know.
Well, it has lots of negatives involved, but
Well, have they released the price of how much it's actually going to cost?
it's always like $10 or $15 for that.
All right. Well, let me ask you something. Have you bought a used game recently?
I don't buy used games, but what I do is buy a copy of the game, and then I share that game with my brother. If I want to play this player and he already enters the passcode, I have to spend another $10 to play that game.
What is $10 compared to a $60 to buy the game?
$10. I shouldn't have to spend. Back in the old days, I could get $6 to win.
Yeah,
Sounds like Mike is right next to a semi truck.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's good now.
Anyways, back in the olden days, I could buy a game with confidence that I could jump right into the game without any sort of prior annoyances, and I could play that game immediately with my brother without having to spend extra money on a game I just bought legally new.
Well, I mean, you've been jaded by the earlier life in the gaming. You should just look into it now. It's $10. At least it's not $60, and accept it as it is. Mike, there's a truck passing by.
That's the longest train ever. All right, so we have some spoilage. Maybe is that what we? I don't know, Trevor.
I don't. It's not spoilage. No, it's just publishers taking away rights just constantly.
Do you think that they're undervaluing how many people like share a game within their household? You know, multiple consoles in a household.
Yeah, most people don't take that into account. And I swear to God, Mike, you need your fucking.
I think Mike's working on it right now. It's a little bit of a technical issue.
Yeah, sorry, that's distracting me. It's not just the fact that they're only looking at the used game market because in their mind, well, this person took this one game that they bought and they're giving it to their friends, so they should pay for that game again. Guess what? If I loan a friend a DVD, the company doesn't expect me to expect my friend to pay for that DVD again.
Actually, I think the licensing agreement for like movies would, like, technically unless you're transferring license to that person's not allowed to watch it, because physical media is arbitrary. It's the actual like information they're allowing you, that you don't own it. You're just kind of leasing it from them.
Okay.
Well, see, I'm thinking if you're lending movies to your friends all the time, you should start charging them $1. Have you seen what Redbox is doing? Just throwing it out there.
I think the
Nice
point.
guy. I mean, you've seen my Humble Bundle giveaways. I'm a nice guy. I like to be generous. I like to share with people. But like, I don't think that online passes are an incentive to anybody. I mean, there are games that do like online pass type stuff, right? That doesn't affect anyone except for people like Mass Effect 2 is a great example of that. If you bought the game new, you got the Cerberus network card, which if you did that, you got pieces of DLC for free. And if you didn't have that, well, you had to pay $15 for it, but it was DLC. But if I were to buy, like, say, Resistance 3, I would have to spend $10 just to play the multiplayer feature at all. You're not incentivizing people buying new. You're just punishing people who buy used.
Do you feel like people are unwilling to accept multiplayer as a premium?
I don't see multiplayer as a premium. I don't, because at this day and age, everyone just seems to think that if your game doesn't have multiplayer, your game just isn't worth it. I don't see.
I don't think buying used is a bad thing. All right. I mean, if you just go in and let's make the assumption most used games nowadays, it's about $30 after it's been out for about 6 months, right?
Yeah.
What is $40 to a game that's used? I mean, $40 isn't bad compared to paying $60, almost $70 sometimes for a video game. Still cheaper.
Yeah, I just don't like seeing, like, I see the used game market as being a big part of the industry. I don't like seeing the used game market getting just shit on constantly, because despite what most people will tell you, the used game market has tons of good. So, like, for instance, I bought Arkham Asylum. I bought that used at a GameStop for like $30. And because I bought that game used, I'm going to buy Arkham City new when it comes out later this year, because I like that game and I want to buy it again. Sequels always sell better, and I know a lot of friends who got hooked on franchises for games they originally bought used and then later bought new.
I might have a different perspective about this. I think that consoles in general are fairly archaic. That the fact that we are still discussing physical media is kind of strange, and how this would be an incredibly moot point if there wasn't the issue of physical media. I think that's really what we're talking about here, is games being kept on a CD. You have to look at the Steam model, where I would say that the vast majority of gamers have accepted it, PC gamers, as a viable, like, everybody's on Steam. You know, they've got 25 million users now at this point, something like that. So there's no physical media. I don't have a DVD-ROM in my computer. That's just how it goes. So I think we're in a strange place right now, and I think this is just a precursor to the segue away from what is physical media.
Well, I mean, the problem is the fact that the cloud-based future or whatever, the days of no more physical media, all digital.
Right.
That's going to come, but it's not going to come anytime soon, because people still have just not good internet connections, and it's going to be like that for a while.
I hope so. I hope it improves. I hope the future is flying cars and better internet.
Yeah. Anyways, I get tired of talking about it, and it's a boring topic for me at this point. So I just don't like talking about it.
Do you think that if physical media is abolished, that the price of the games should come down?
They definitely should come down. I don't see, like for instance, I see like a game like Red Dead Redemption. I see that costing like $60 for sure, but I don't see something like I don't know, God of War costing $60. I see that maybe like a $40 game. I think the prices in general should just be lowered. There should still be the $60 price game, but $60 should not be the standard. It should be the exception.
I see. And especially not without digital media, or not with digital media.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Sony's going to do it. I think everybody's going to follow suit. Microsoft has constantly been closed-minded about giving things away for free, and they're like most of the free DLCs had to have some kind of cursory Xbox points for download.
Actually, that's another thing I want to talk about. Have any of you guys ever dealt with the games on demand service on Xbox or PSN, really?
No.
I've never owned an Xbox past the first one.
Okay, well, to put it in perspective, I have a copy of, like, what is it? Saints Row 2 lying over there on my bed. And if I wasn't considering buying it on the Games on Demand store, and if I were to do that, it would cost me $30. And that's a copy of the game I don't own. It's just it costs $30 for a copy that I don't own, and if I don't play it enough, that it's not mine anymore. But if I were to go into GameStop, I could get the same thing for $20-$25 new in a physical copy. I think the reason why that is because companies like Microsoft or Sony or whatever are too scared to piss off GameStop, which are it's too big of a thing, in my opinion, GameStop. If you understand what I'm saying.
I can understand. I'd like to see. I'm curious what the numbers look like, what the sales figures for retail, physical retail.
Oh, I mean, console-wise, I mean, it's 100% pretty much.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a copy of fucking Dark Souls, which just came out. You're not going to get a copy of Dark Souls brand new, like day one, through Xbox Live. You're going to have to go down to your local GameStop or Amazon or any other place like that to get a physical copy of it.
It's curious.
Yeah. Then people in Europe don't have this issue. There are multiple different, game retailers, brick and mortar stores. There's Play. There's some other ones I can't remember. But in America, GameStop.
I think
That's it.
The next 5 years is going to be really interesting to watch as it pertains to the console market, home market, like that.
Anyways, I'm done talking about this topic. What else?
What else you got?
I guess since we're talking about Xbox, devs are starting to jump ship on Xbox Live Arcade.
I heard that.
This really started off when Edmund McMillan, the head of Team Meat, people who made Super Meat Boy, was telling a story about development hell that he went through trying to get Super Meat Boy made on Xbox Live, and how that related to how easy it was to get it on Steam. And a lot of other developers that sort of came out and sort of echoed the same sentiment, like the developer of a game called The Adventures of Shugi, and I think another guy, he made World of Meat. He wrote an article about it on Gama Sutra. And it talks just about how among indie devs, they found that Xbox Live to be one of the hardest platforms to work with.
It's interesting. What is it compared to, let's say, the PlayStation Network? Is the PlayStation seeing any growth?
PlayStation actually is seeing a lot of growth. You see a lot of new games coming out on PSN, and PlayStation just started a new incentive to get indie devs to start making exclusive, PlayStation games. Like there's Joe Danger, there's Flower, there's Journey, all great indie games that you won't ever see on your Xbox. And Microsoft are not making it any better for themselves by saying that if your game was previously on Sony, PlayStation Network or whatever, and you don't add any extra features for us, we're not going to carry your game.
That's interesting.
I mean, what the fuck? Stupid.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Yeah, I wonder how much support that the Xbox Live, Xbox Network over PlayStation, or even some of the other ones, Steam, or perhaps something more mobile friendly, how much they can give.
Well, I mean, I remember the guy who's made Renegade Ops. They told me about how they didn't tell me because I'm not important. They told, I think, writer for Destructoid, Jonathan Holmes, that when they were making that game, they had no idea when their game was coming out because there was just no support at Microsoft. You go and ask them "Hey, when's our game coming out?" And says, "We'll let you know."
Yeah, that doesn't seem very friendly, dev friendly. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I wish all indie devs the best of luck, of course, and I think something needs to be done to promote just more work being done. I don't know. I don't know. I've enjoyed all the indie bundles to date, so it's kind of I think that's opened a lot of people's eyes as far as what can be done in a not AAA market. But then again, those
Yeah.
are all on PC, so Xbox already doesn't have my dollars.
Yeah. So, what else we got going on here in the world of gaming? This is just a small thing, but apparently Ubisoft says they're going to spend more than 5 minutes working on an Ass Creed bro game, Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
Because
oh.
like the past 3 years, each game's been coming out like a year past each other.
Yeah. Like the sports games. It's been kind of iterative. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing with Call of Duty, but that's a moot point. Everyone knows about that. I think it's weird. There's a lot of developers have been moving for this model where they put out games yearly, but then the actual like quality of the content starts to go down.
Hmm.
Because like Valve experimented with that with Left 4 Dead. That turned out pretty well. But there's still people like, don't do that. That shows laziness or whatever.
Yeah, but it didn't turn out well for them initially. If you remember, it was kind of a huge backlash. Like, how dare you not take 6 years developing the sequel?
Like first they bitch at them for not making fucking Half-Life Episode 3, but then if you dare make a game and kick it out soon, out the door pretty soon, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know. People are fickle. The market's fickle.
I think I hate Valve fans the most, even though I am one.
Going
They're
back
the
to
most enticing.
Ubisoft. No, back up here. I actually liked the last couple Assassin's Creed games.
They're okay. The first one wasn't so good. I liked number two, but then you got Brotherhood coming out a year afterwards, and now you got Revelation coming out a year
Yeah,
afterwards.
those were good games.
Those are good games, but like they didn't really do much new. It was just Assassin's Creed 2, but new areas. That was it.
Yeah, I think
But
I'm
people
okay with
mostly
that. What's up, Mike?
I'm not. I don't like when they just release the same game, but with new areas and a couple new features.
What'd you like
That's
most, Mike?
boring to me.
people mainly play Assassin's Creed for the story, so the storyline continues to be good, so the market stays strong. It's
It's
not
really
like I guess a Call of Duty when they're just repackaging Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3. Then I understand if people are angry, but Assassin's Creed is a continuous story, and it's a really like a good, interesting plot that you can follow well as long as you play it. And
yeah.
then
I mean, I completely agree with you there, but I mean, they can at least do something new. Like literally, the only new thing in Revelation and Brotherhood was multiplayer, and then the only new thing in Revelations is there's more bombs. That's it.
but sometimes people don't like change. No one's really. I haven't been seen many complaints about there not being enough change in Assassin's Creed. But then in like other games, if things change, people like go crazy and start complaining.
Well, I mean, you can't change everything, but there needs to be a happy balance.
I
I
you know
mean,
I'm really gonna side with Mike, and not because I think he's sexier than you, Trevor, but because I'm old and I play games just for the storyline now. I have found myself sometimes even playing games on easy mode just so that I can experience whatever story it is that they're looking to tell me. I enjoy that. So
No,
I
that
think
makes total sense.
yeah,
That's the only reason why I like adventure games is because of the story. It's all story.
well, I mean, you're not going to get much innovation in a point-and-click adventure game. I mean,
Oh, come on. There's some good ones. There's.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
No,
Look,
you're right. You're
I'm
right.
not. Innovation does not mean good. Okay, fucking Mirror's Edge innovated, but it wasn't a good game.
oh, that was a
You have to
great game.
innovate and while still having a good gameplay there.
Mirror's Edge 2 coming soon. Yeah, I don't know. I think the great thing about it is that everybody's got their flavor, and maybe Activision is trying to give a little bit more flavor to people who want more innovation and more storyline, which is great. That shows a devotion to their user base. So, excuse me, Ubisoft, not Activision. Sorry.
Yeah, Ubisoft.
Sorry.
I agree with you on the storyline front, but I'm I like it when like I love a great story. Some of my favorite games Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire,
Metal
what's another
Gear.
one? Just it doesn't matter. Metal Gear, there you go. But I do like some sort of gameplay innovation. I do like it when games give me something new to play with, even if it's just a couple new guns.
I think that's why TF2 has worked so well. They're not really innovating much, but they're kind of changing gameplay under the guise of a storyline. Like they're faking it.
And there's a fake storyline there. If you just have to look for it.
Yeah, they've been able to keep it interesting without actually having to innovate. So
Yeah.
I think that's the trick. Anyway, what else we have going on? Enough about Ubisoft.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. This is a pretty cool thing. Activision decided not to be dicks and help out indie devs today with IndieCade. They're running a contest with IndieCade, and the winners get 175 and 175,000, first and second place respectively, to help work on a new game.
That's
And they get all rights to it.
The Activision gets rights, or the developer gets the rights?
Activision.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, normally Activision's like the money hoarding game.
Tony Hawk,
developers,
baby.
$15 map packs for maps that I already own.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think we all here at 10HitCombo support indie games as much as possible, and this is good stuff. That's a lot of money. I think $175,000 could definitely support a couple of indie devs for a while.
I mean, yeah, one of the biggest problems with indie devs is getting funding. Sorry, is getting funding. There's this one game I was pretty interested in. It's called Project Zomboid. And they had a huge problem with funding. And I think someone like Notch just donated them a bunch of money so they could just keep working on it.
Is that what Notch does now? Is he like Bill Gates with his foundation? He just donates money instead of working on Minecraft?
I don't know. Well, he's too busy getting sued by Bethesda.
Yeah, I guess so. And speaking of, Notch recently offered to give up the name Scrolls. He's just, I guess, talking with the letters back and forth to Bethesda's lawyers, and finally said, all right, you guys can have Scrolls. It's yours. Doesn't make any sense, but you guys can have it. The rest of the community thinks you're fucking retarded. And Bethesda's like, no, that's okay. We'll see you in court. So, yeah, gonna take Notch to court anyway for pretending to think he was going to use the name Scrolls. So,
yeah,
pretty awesome. I think that literally just happened yesterday or the day before. So, GG, Bethesda.
I would really like to see if they really did go into a Quake 3 match. That would be pretty funny.
He's got a great sense of humor about it, and since he has complete creative control, he can do something like that. On the other hand, Bethesda, they have shareholders that depend on their legal team to uphold certain standards, and there are issues that arise if they were to agree to a Quake match, a Quake Live match. So, I don't know.
Just a quick question. Out of the four of us, when you think Elder Scrolls, do you think Oblivion or Skyrim or Morrowind?
I think back on Morrowind.
Daggerfall.
I never played any of them, but since I bought my friend Skyrim, I'm going to say Skyrim.
Exactly. You don't think Elder Scrolls 4, you think Skyrim.
I think Daggerfall, because I'm 40 years old.
Daggerfall,
when Oblivion came out, I still called it Morrowind. So
exactly. So
that's it.
They should be able to protect their intellectual property, absolutely. But to what end? Obviously, the courts will be able to decide. They can still lose. They're looking to. I'm not sure exactly at this point what they're looking to do. Notch has a Tumblr post up on his personal Tumblr explaining it just a little bit. So we'll see in the near future exactly what Bethesda wants to get out of this. But it could backfire. Notch could end up being able to keep the name. Scrolls is a pretty generic name here, especially for a video game.
I mean, I totally understand attacking maybe Activision if they made a game called the Elder Bowls or something. But you're going after an indie dev, one of the most well-known indie devs in the world.
Is that a Tony Hawk map?
I have no idea.
Elder Bowls.
I actually think it's a baking game. It's trying to sell all the rolls before the end of the day.
Bowls.
Yeah. You don't want them to go bad.
Speaking of Bethesda, Rage came out.
Rage did
I don't
come
care.
out yesterday. Yeah, yeah.
And I don't care.
You, I want to care, but I can't find the heart to, and I don't know why that is. It troubles me that one of the best, greatest developers in the world, to me, in my heart of hearts, can't release a game, and I haven't purchased it, and I don't really care. Mike, do you
I
care?
think I might get it.
No, I usually only buy 2 or 3 games a year, and Rage didn't catch my attention.
All right, Chantel,
Yeah,
why do
I
you
think
care?
I might because they've had a good track record. I mean,
They have an amazing
it's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure they're the ones with Baldur's Gate, right? I know you can laugh, but I think
BioWare.
I swear
Yeah,
Bethesda
that's
did Baldur's
BioWare.
Gate,
No,
right?
it's BioWare. But Bethesda
Well, then I don't
owns.
care.
Let's do this. Id was purchased by Bethesda. Is where we're
It
going
has
with
made
that.
this game, and
Yeah.
it has made Doom and Wolfenstein and Quake.
And all the Quakes. Commander
I don't
Keen.
like-
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't
yeah,
like-
Commander Keen.
Commander
I
Keen.
don't like Quake, but I did like. All right, then never mind.
Well, we
Okay.
I
what we
thought I was
can't
thinking of that.
what we can't argue about is their track record. If we actually know what games, if we figure out what games they've come up with, they're amazing. They've innovative. Talk about innovation, Trevor. They're top of the pile for years and years and years. Carmack, and that group has spawned some of the best developers. American McGee, uh, Daikatana.
Here's the
Anyway,
exact second I stopped caring about Rage. The second I heard that they're not going to license out id Tech 5. That's the exact second I heard. I just did not care anymore.
I can't say that I cared before that. I think it has to do with marketing, to be honest with you.
I mean, I've just heard nothing but like mixed reception from it. Ben Kuchera from Ars Technica just did not like it. Detoy thought it was okay, and
IGN,
Joystick thought it was just average.
8 out of 10. I don't know. I've seen it already. My brother's played it. It looks good. I don't know how it plays. We'll see in the
But
near
it doesn't
future.
have
if I get
anything
some
past
feedback on
looks
it.
good at all.
We'll see. I think that a lot of the mechanics have been done before. I think Borderlands has hit some of those points, so maybe it is stale compared to some people. It just didn't do anything that got me excited. It didn't. Battlefield 3 looked like Battlefield 2 on steroids, and that made me really excited. But a game that looks like Borderlands on steroids, it doesn't do it for me. I know a couple of us have already ordered Battlefield 3. Yeah, Mike has, right?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Chantel, are you going to play Battlefield 3 at all?
No,
No, not at all. What about you, Trevor?
nah.
If I buy it, I'm rocking console because my computer is a piece of shit.
But otherwise, if you could run it,
I'd buy it even though I hate Origin.
see, despite your feelings on Origin, Battlefield 3 is still interesting to us. I don't know. I think that's all I'm saying is that something did not capture our attention like it should have, which is a shame. Because Rage is huge. It's been developed for years now, so we'll see. Maybe the iOS copy will be interesting.
I played it actually. It's just a rail shooter. That's it.
But like Jake brought up before, the marketing probably wasn't good enough. Like I've never heard of Rage until one day I clicked out of Team Fortress 2 and it said pre-order Rage, get item. That was the first time I've heard of Rage. Unlike Battlefield, which maybe 1 year before it even released, people were all crazy about it.
Yeah, they're running.
And then, like, they're putting out gameplays. Yeah, but Rage, I've never actually heard of it. I watched a YouTube video of it like 2 days ago after getting a little bit curious. But that was like the only time I actually cared a little bit.
So I'm wondering if Bethesda is fucking it up for them. Who's handling their marketing?
Marketing is a powerful thing. I mean, I've always said that. I haven't always said it, but I've been saying it recently. Where like Halo only became the biggest game of the last generation because Microsoft told everyone that it was. I mean, think about it. Is it really that it's not really that unique to the game, Halo, but everyone goes bonkers for it because there's just a great marketing behind it.
I don't know. I think it was great. I think their
I love the game, but still
idea to purchase the lead first-person shooter developer for the Macintosh and make them their in-house. Microsoft made them their in-house developer. I think that was genius, and they came up with a pretty good video game. I don't know.
I'm excited to see what they do next.
Yeah.
You saw little bits and pieces of it at the end. Their your farewell documentary, whatever.
There's actually another trailer coming out. It's called Halo 4.
That's made by 343 Industries. It's not made by Bungie, and
think
I could
basically the
really
same
care
thing.
less about Halo 4.
Yeah, we're talking about Bungie's new unreleased, unannounced product. So we'll see what happens.
It looks
Alrighty.
like a game.
You know what's gonna happen? Diablo
What?
3 is gonna happen.
Yeah, my boner is ready.
I am also. That is a game I'm excited for. See, just anything in comparison to something like a Diablo 3 or a Battlefield 3. It's the years of the 3. The item database for Diablo 3 just went live. Pretty exciting.
Akbar, since you're a big Blizzard person, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, I'm a little upset with this one. I don't think I'm gonna pay full price for Diablo 3, but I know how Blizzard works,
Oh,
and they are never gonna lower the price. So if we go off of this, I don't think I'm ever gonna get Diablo 3
why?
because I don't think I would enjoy it that much. I mean, it's just dungeon after dungeon after dungeon. It's literally the same thing over and over and over and over, and I'm not willing to pay $60 for what could just be one giant circle jerk.
They'll eventually lower the price on it. I mean, they did the same thing with WoW.
They've had StarCraft out for almost 2 years, and it's still $60.
What's StarCraft?
2.
It's been out since last year.
It's been out almost 2 years. Oh yeah, it's been out for a while now. I'm thinking
The way they do it is that they lower the price whenever a new version of the game comes out, or if it's just really old.
I guess when Diablo 4 comes out, I'll be able to play it.
Yeah, it has to graduate to like a Battle Chest edition before the price goes down.
Yeah, probably Battle Chest, yeah.
And the drop is only like $10, maybe $15, and it's still not worth it to me.
Yeah.
So how about no? Yeah, no.
I don't know. I'm pretty interested. I'm pretty intrigued by this auction house thing.
I don't think
aren't they
it's
actually like selling things like for real money or something.
not them, but you can sell things as a player for real money.
You could pay back the game by selling in-game items.
Yeah, your blues and stuff. Yeah.
You could.
So basically, what I do for TF2 already.
Yes.
Yeah, but legal. Like they've actually seen PayPal to do this, where you could sell items in game and then convert that into money you can go buy food with, or something.
I love food. I love food. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I've seen a playthrough, several at this point, and the beta, and I'm really excited. I'm not currently a subscriber to any Blizzard games, so I probably won't get into the beta. But here's for hoping.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of betas, do you want to hear something that broke my heart today?
Nope.
What?
My brother got the beta for Old Republic and didn't even give it to me.
Damn.
Wow.
No, it doesn't go live until the 7th, and I'm still trying to convince him to give it to me because he wasn't here for my birthday. But that's not happening.
Offer him money.
I know you're in a different country and all, but you should have tried.
Where does he live?
He's in England.
Oh,
Yep.
what a dick.
Mm.
It kind of reminds me of that friend of yours. So like you basically just act like your friend when you told it. Except wait, you didn't know about your friend getting married, so that's different. So
I knew about her getting married. I just didn't want to have anything to do with it because maybe she was hungry and that's why she was so angry. I don't know.
Maybe your brother didn't want to come over. Maybe he didn't want to have anything to do with you.
Maybe he wants to play. Is it really that difficult?
He does want to play because he
Yeah.
knows my feelings on MMOs. So
Spotty, would you give away your CS:GO?
I'm not giving away. I
Beta?
already attached.
Same thing, Spotty.
I already attached it to my Steam account.
oh,
That's
I'm not giving away.
that's going to be an interesting game coming out here soon ish.
Yeah, and I'll be the only one playing it. So, neener.
I think playing it, it's Counter-Strike is kind of there's two different levels of play for Counter-Strike. So, I mean, I'm not undermining your skill or ability. Yes, I am. But
I'm not a Counter-Strike guy. I'm not. I want to play it because it's Valve and I like Valve. So,
I've
never played Counter-Strike. Nothing to say.
you know what
it
Valve's
was
doing
just
right now?
barely gifted to me a couple weeks ago, and I still haven't downloaded it.
Today, Wednesday, October 5th, Valve has released a free Portal 2 DLC.
Yep, and I already I've been had the game installed, so I might as well play it.
Yeah, I have not installed it since I uninstalled it, which would make a lot of sense. But I think tonight will be the night. So
I need to find someone to finish playing co-op with. I'm like stuck like halfway through it, and I can't find anyone to play it with.
I could power level you through co-op for some items.
No, 'cause I want to play with someone who hasn't like played co-op. There's a bit of experience there that's just better.
Yeah, it's really boring for the other player if they already beat it. Plus, like the fun of trying to solve it and screwing up is not as fun if the other person already knows what to do, even though
Exactly.
you're pretending to not know.
But with this DLC, now I can time Trevor to see how slowly he'll do it compared to me.
I think I'm gonna do it with Repo Man because I looked at his Steam account and he has gotten past like the intro part of the co-op, and that's about it. And I don't really remember any of the puzzles in co-op in the first place, so I think I'll play with him. So yeah, there's that.
There is that. That's a big deal. Let's see.
This is completely off topic, but have any of you guys heard of this game called The Path?
Nope.
No.
I talked to
Chuck
Jake about it, and it's like the most pretentious art game I've ever seen. It's
Yeah.
like this one kid made it, this one like art student or whatever, and like it's basically like a Red Riding Hood, and this girl she's got to go to her grandmother's house, and she gets told by her grandmother, "You have only one rule, and you can't break it. Don't stray from the path. And if you don't stray from the path, you die." And the game tells you, "Don't stray from the path." And the only way to keep playing the game is to stray from the path. It's just fucking stupid. And you just gotta go around talking to hobos and shit like that. It's so stupid.
It's a
I
hobo
really need to get
simulator.
achievements for having sex with homos.
I don't
No,
know, but
Hobos.
That's part.
Hobos, Chantel.
Oh, that's what I said. Do you get achievements for having sex with hobos?
Why do you
I
have to go
I
to
wouldn't be
sex?
surprised.
That's what I kept hearing. His mic was so bad. I heard you get achievements for having sex with hobos.
Sorry. It's the type of game where you play it once and just never touch it again, and they're expecting you to pay like $10 for it, which is funny to me.
Wait, so you don't find a value in viewing the experience as an artistic one?
Not that one, no.
What would you say the artsiest game you advocate or play or enjoy is?
Limbo.
Limbo is quite a great game. Great art design, absolutely.
Great art design, very scary, and very haunting, and I love it.
I actually know the developer for Limbo.
Yeah.
He was in my old community that me and Benny used to run. He came in and did quite a lot for the community.
Cool. Yeah, I like Limbo. I bought it for the Xbox, and it's a damn fine game.
What about Braid? Has anyone here played Braid?
I don't really like Braid.
It's okay. Some of the puzzles are a little dumb, and I never actually got around to finishing it. But once I found out what the story was really about, I was kind of like, wow, you're running, the princess is running from you, not some enemy. Wow. You
just ruined the game for me. Thank you.
Yeah, basically.
One of my favorite art is this is the only level from Armor games.
Well, that's not really an art game. It's just a little game you just play.
No, do not undermine it. Absolutely not. I think that the complexity doesn't necessarily come from like an enhanced or upper level gameplay mechanic, but from
art games don't have deep gameplay. It's just all about the storyline that they want to tell.
Why I find that to be my favorite artsy fartsy game.
My favorite art game has been Love. Did any of you hear or ever play it?
Love? No.
It's a game that I would love to get high on mushrooms and play it, because you're trying to save the world by painting trees with color that you find from other trees, and you don't want to die from evil monsters, and there's naked ladies everywhere.
All right, I know.
Yep. There are a lot of boobies.
That's weird.
Trevor gets excited.
He's like,
no.
bot, you're gonna see new Steam games on Trevor's list.
No. I'm saying like you basically just described the game The Blob. You guys never played that?
No.
You're a little paint blob, and you go around picking up paint and painting the world to save it from these guys are sucking all the color away. It's a cute little game. It came out for the Wii, and then they made a sequel, which also came out on the Xbox and PS3. It's one of my favorite games. It's a pretty cute little game. I like it.
This one's not cute. It's really. I would say to go watch a trailer for it. It's really weird.
Depressing?
You slowly die the whole game, so you need to do it fast.
What
Pretty much how
about
it is.
Osmos?
That's a very fun game. It's I play it when I want to zen out and just relax.
Good game, good sound, good game.
Amnesia.
That game is too scary, and I poop my pants just watching the trailer for it. So no. Like I tried playing one of the games. I got it from an indie bundle. Like I tried playing Penumbra, and I can't play that.
Yes, that game does look very scary.
I can't play it. So I'm a bitch. Yeah.
At least you admit it. Wonderful.
No, I wouldn't be able to play either. I was just watching a live stream of Amnesia and I just couldn't handle.
Yeah, it's such an interesting mechanic. I think they really hit
Benny doesn't
it
think
big
it's
on
scary
it.
though.
I don't know. Maybe
Benny
if we
was
move
like,
it.
yeah, it's okay. That was Benny. I've been also playing the game that came out with the front of Synapse Bundle Trauma, and that's a game.
That is a game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very odd and starts off slightly depressing. You're this chick and you get in a car and you get in a car accident, and basically the entire game is a coma dream, and
And
you gotta go around.
Chasing the princess the entire time.
No, you're in this coma dream and you're going around these different areas.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
No, I'm not ruining anything. And it's just the coma dream thing is like the first thing you see, and they even tells you in the description. And you just try to like investigate these areas. It's basically a point-and-click adventure. And
then a dwarf dinosaur kidnaps your girlfriend.
exactly, that's exactly what Trauma is.
Oh man,
So Counter-Strike is a game where you die and get in a coma dream.
Counter-Strike is a game. That's right. So what else? What else are you guys looking forward to in the coming weeks? Anybody really looking forward to any media, any games?
Saints Row the Third.
I can't understand your microphone, Robot Gold. Saints Row 3. Are you in the beta?
There isn't a beta.
There's always a beta, sir.
No, there isn't.
You should
There's
email somebody about that.
There is zero multiplayer for that game except for co-op.
There's a single player
Bob is
beta,
multiplayer.
Why would there be a single player beta?
so that you can work out bugs in your single player game.
No, it's
It's the guys you have to test for standards and stuff like that before Microsoft or Sony will accept your game.
Well, that's why they get playtesters. So
Also known as beta testers.
yeah, but they don't do public betas for that.
Oh, and I'm not talking about public beta. You need to get a review copy, baby. You have such a hard-on for that game.
Oh my! I have like the biggest hard on for that game. It's fucking dildo bats. I want that game.
You should get it fixed. You should.
That and
Satiated.
Skyrim.
Skyrim? Anybody?
Skyrim.
I
Anybody?
might buy it. Maybe.
Skyrim, I'm probably not going to buy it. I can't spend that many hours in the game. I usually only stick with first-person shooters, and I'm sorry for the moped going behind my house.
On a motorcycle chase there, Mike?
It's a moped. It's
Mike
a tiny moped.
It's in transit currently.
I live right
Where's
next to
the
the highway,
train?
okay? Everything
I
is
haven't
near
heard
the
any
highway in
cop
Hawaii.
cars, so it must be a slow night for criminals.
Yeah, it probably is. Oh, here's one now.
Let's just wait
you
for
can hear
that to
it.
pass. Oh, let's just wait for that one to pass and listen to it.
I'll just mute my mic.
But yeah, Saints Row the Third and Skyrim. Those are gonna be the things that will destroy me.
I will play Skyrim, but I am not really excited about playing Skyrim because I never finished Oblivion.
Oh,
So
sir.
yeah, I never finished it.
Well,
I was like,
so
oh.
what? No one finished Oblivion.
I don't know. You can finish it. I've seen somebody speed run Oblivion in like an hour and a half.
Okay, they're speedrunning the single player main storyline, but
all right,
not
all right. Let me tell you an Oblivion story. I was playing Oblivion one day. It was a great game. I'm like, this game is great. Oh, this game looks
Such a great game.
This is such an awesome game. I'm gonna kill this old man in the sewers. This is great. Oh, they're rats. They're attacking me. Oh shit. Oh my god, it's a town and there's a portal in front of the town and it looks really scary and there's shit on fire. Let me jump behind the portal between the wall and the portal, and that way I won't have to go through it and it won't be a big deal. Maybe it won't hurt me, you know? And so I get into the town, there's all these level like 30 monsters or whatever, and it's scary and shit's happening and there's mopeds and everything's going on in the town. And I broke the game mechanic. I couldn't get out of the town. Like I couldn't go back through the portal like the opposite way. And because of that one like game breaking bug that I was able to circumvent the first portal, I missed like 60 hours of gameplay. So I spent the rest of the time going around and like killing people's horses and stealing from their shops.
What's the problem there?
The problem there is that I have no idea what the story is about. I don't know anybody. Like people will talk about this huge in-depth story. I've got no idea. I jumped behind.
You know what you did wrong though, right?
I jumped behind.
You needed to go 88 miles per hour.
On the horse.
That was your problem.
Maybe my horse had
horse.
armor. That would have helped, but he didn't.
You should have taken it off.
If you had bought the horse armor add-on, you probably could have done that.
I probably could have.
Yeah, that's your only chance.
Okay, if there isn't some ability to ride the dragons in Skyrim at some point, I will be very disappointed.
No, you cannot mate with the dragons, Trevor.
I said ride, not have sex with them.
That's the same thing. You gotta
Okay,
make it more
put a
clear,
saddle on
Colby.
them and then make them fly while you ride.
What kind of fetish is this?
Is there whips?
Are we talking about Dragon Age? With the animals?
No. Screw that game.
Dragon
Move
Age
on.
is okay. I have a shitty Xbox port though, so.
All right. So what else do you guys have going on? We've got Skyrim's coming out soon, but not soon enough. Battlefield 3 is coming out any week now. We've got about 2 more weeks left of that.
Oh man, I'm so excited for Battlefield. I just cannot wait.
And this
first-person
is the
shooter is one of
last
the games
we've
I
ever
play.
seen Mike.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try not to disappear with Mike, but he's gonna be gone.
I don't think so. I don't play that much.
Actually, there's one thing I'm looking forward to that isn't Skyrim or Saints Row or Battlefield.
Do you tell?
No. I'm supposed to be getting a 3DS for my birthday, so.
I heard that's
Don't ruin
just
your
like
eyes,
the regular
Colby.
DS.
I heard you can play a lot of 2D games on the 3DS. Is what I heard.
Shut up, okay? I know there's not many
I've heard
games.
that a lot of people turn off the 3D for their 3DS.
I wouldn't. I don't mind 3D.
So
I heard
if you
people
turn the
get severe eye
3D, do you
strain.
have an S?
Yeah, dude, you will get brain cancer and vomit all over yourself. Is what's gonna happen. I
Great,
predict
You get
this.
brain
I'm
cancer all
looking
over.
forward to it. I'll play some fucking Bit Trip while I do it.
All right, it's what's
You
gonna
don't
happen.
smoke weed. You're not going to be able to get the real 3D out of this.
I don't care.
It comes with like a pre-rolled joint.
We've got to get Trevor drunk and on his 3DS at the same time.
That'd be interesting.
Isn't he 12?
16.
That's close enough.
Anyway, 3DS. So what?
No,
Okay, so what's good coming out or already out on the 3DS?
The
it's-
only games I'm excited for on the 3DS are the re-releases, which is just kind of sad.
there are some pretty cool games coming out for it. Let's see. Well, there's already Street Fighter, which I plan on getting. There's Bit Trip Saga, which is all the Bit Trip games on the 3DS, and I love Bit Trip. Those are fun rhythm games. What else is there? Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Star Fox, Sonic Generations. That looks pretty interesting. And just all the DS games I never got a chance to play because I didn't have a DS since ever.
Ever?
I never had a DS. I skipped.
Never ever?
Never ever.
Forever. I had an original
Never
Game
ever
Boy,
ever?
so it was gray, and I played
The
Tetris
last
on
portable, besides the PSP, which I hated, the last portable thing I ever owned was an SP. That was it. So.
You know what? I don't own any portable devices. I own a phone. Pretty happy
your
about that. Yeah. Oh well, that's true. I can play
You
me
not
some
have an
Angry
iPod?
Birds.
I'm not looking forward to the death of the handheld, which it's gonna happen. I'm just not looking forward to it.
See, I kind of am because I feel like these mobile devices now, phones being rebranded as mobile devices. I think that that's really the future. My phone has 12, like
Don't even just say phone, just say straight up tablets.
over
Tablets are
40.
those mobile devices.
It's over 40 times powerful than the first computer I ever owned. So it's kind of impressive because I played video games back then and thought it was like the next coming of Jesus. The Police Quest was amazing. Well, the stuff on my phone's pretty awesome too.
I understand that, but I don't. I'm gonna miss straight, handheld games. I like games like Angry Birds, but I don't want to play just those on my handheld. I
I
want to
have
play.
a PlayStation 1 emulator on my phone. Just saying.
So what? I don't care.
I'm just saying.
I'm not looking forward to it because I love handheld gaming, and I just don't want to see it go.
Final Fantasy 7 on my telephone in the waiting room.
I don't give a shit.
In the waiting room. Just saying.
You're making me depressed.
It's okay.
Yeah, I never played handhelds in forever. I got a free PSP from that prize website Lockers a year ago, and it basically has like an inch of dust over it in my drawer.
Well, that's because the PSP was shit.
Do you play
You can
handheld
go ahead
games
and
on
just
your
send
phone?
that to me.
Okay.
Huh? Wait, I couldn't hear Jake.
Do you play handheld games on your phone?
Not as much anymore. Maybe last year I did, not anymore. Like I'd rather save my vision since it kind of got a little bit worse than perfect.
What about you,
Do you
Chantal?
play on your Harry? What? Will I play handheld devices?
No, games on your phone.
No, I don't play games on my phone, but I have an iPad which has a DJ. I've got a guitar on there. That's all I need.
Your iPad comes
Uh,
with a DJ? A DJ?
Yeah.
A real DJ,
Yeah.
like a.
Well, I just
plus-
take it and I'll like. Well, what I was doing when I was stuck in an airport, I just like to make a lot of noise. So I had that thing on and I just kept scratching the thing and just going wiki 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 all like while walking through the airport. That's all I
What a
how
need.
pissed off
troll.
people get.
People must have
What was
appreciated that.
I'm sure they
What a
did.
troll.
They were like, she's traveling all by herself without supervision. Cute.
Wow.
Fucking Akbar.
So yes, the answer is really yes. It's just your portable device doesn't make phone calls.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I grew up on the Game Boy, and I don't want to see it go. That's the thing.
Well,
I've actually grown up on the Game Boy as well. That's my first video game ever. But I've grown to love first-person shooters, and I refuse to play anything else that's not it.
I
Well, there's the
love
Vita for that.
all of
You
my
can't-
NES games on my NES emulator on my phone. Like I have the
Okay,
same
guess
amount of
what?
love. It's all love.
You can hack your fucking. You can hack your PSP and your DS or whatever to do exactly that, right?
Does it also make phone calls?
So what?
2 things in my pocket.
I have a phone for that.
That's right. I have a phone
Yeah.
for all of it.
He has
Yeah, you
an
can make
app.
phone
And
calls.
I'm curious. I'm curious. How good is that battery life?
Once
On
a
what?
day. I recharge mine at the end of the night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck it.
I don't know. I guess I'm video game old.
You're 12.
Video game old.
You weren't around when Oregon Trails came out, I believe.
Oh,
I fucking
God.
love that game, man. I played the shit out of that fucking.
Yeah, because you accidentally found it at a garage sale.
What's the
That's the
oldest
only reason
game?
you
I
knew
Chance
didn't,
about
out.
it.
no, I played that shit in kindergarten.
Chantal, what's the oldest game you remember playing? The oldest.
I think it was something like Pony Express, and you delivered mail, and Indians shot at you. It was a very racist, fun game.
Mike.
Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. That's my first game
Wow.
ever.
That's an excellent first game. All right, Trevor. First game ever.
Mario 3 or Oregon Trail in kindergarten. One of those two.
Both excellent. I played a game called Legend of the Red Dragon on a local bulletin boards that we dialed up into. It was a text-based adventure game.
Cool.
That sounds terrible.
It was horrible. In for north, you see a beach standing before you. Dig. You find an old rusty sword. Equip. Totally.
Hey, no, don't be knocking on Zork, man.
No, this was much less in depth than Zork, but I remember that there was a barmaid that you could try to kiss every day, Violet, and if you kissed her, your charisma went up. But if somebody's charisma was high enough, they could marry her. So when you tried to kiss her, your fucking everything went down. If she was married, it's pretty brutal.
There's actually an app for the iPhone, or I think it's also Android, that lets you download text ventures and play them on your phone.
I would play the heck out of Zork. I completely would. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
All
got
right.
eaten by a Gru.
What do we have coming up next? Is that about it for this week's news? Next week's news? Expectations, desires, feelings.
What's happening this next week, really? What's coming out this next week?
Nothing.
100 people are going to join the 10-hit combo forums, and it's going to be a bustling metropolis of fun.
That's not going to happen.
That's located at
Mike's also coming out of the closet next week.
10HitCombo.com. Everybody should join. Sign up. 10HitCombo.
And maybe some of the people in this podcast should maybe use their Twitter more often than once every 5 days.
Speaking of Twitter, why don't you
Akbar.
shout out your Twitter there, Volty? Trevor?
I am at Volty Squirrel. Akbar is at Admiral Akibur, AKYBUR. Mike is at me Young Jin, JIN, and Jake is at 10Hit Jake.
That's right. So you
I
can
just need
10 as
18
in the
more
numbers.
followers
watch
to
us
be able
not
to
tweet.
reach my communist dreams.
So you have
Got
two.
it. Yes.
So all it takes is 20 to fulfill your dreams.
And then all of a sudden you're fucking, Stalin.
Mao Zedong,
Whole pot.
Kim Jong Un are going to be the next.
Pretty soon people are gonna be like Akbar, tear down that wall.
Brutal.
That was the worst impression ever, but
Shut up, Akbar.
All right.
Just call me Takbar. I'm not tacky.
You're tacky. You live in the Mormon state.
This is degrading into a pile at this point. All right, 10hitcombo.com podcast. You've heard our Twitters. You can send us reader mail. We're not going to do a reader mail from the mailbag this week because we didn't get any last week. But if you'd like to send us some mail, send us some reader mail at podcast@10hitcombo.com. That's podcast@10hitcombo. 10hitcombo.com, and we'll get your mail and we'll read it on the show if you have questions or comments. Hopefully questions and not comments, because we get enough rude comments between the four of us. So yeah, thanks guys, and tune in next week. We appreciate it.
Yep. Bye.